Back to Being the Odds. It is Monday, December 23rd, 2024. We are back with our NFL best bets of the day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach, and welcome to Being the Odds. Let's recap yesterday's results. So, yesterday, it infuriated me yesterday, man. I'll just tell you what. Members only best bet was the Falcons plus 3.5. That was a complete and utter hatchet job by the refs. The fact is that fourth quarter, third down, that was obviously pass interference. Screen grabs are everywhere. You can look it on Twitter. But the thing is, on fourth down, Drake London got tackled in the end zone, and there was nothing, not even a holding call, not a PI call. Everything changes with that. Like, every single thing changes. And then that horrible fourth down call. And I mean, horrible fourth down call with Bijan going right to left, east and west. I'm going north and south is insane. It's a horrible play call. With the Vikings plus 1.5, that was a dub. Ravens almost blew it. Also, the refs really got involved with trying to get the Cowboys back in that game. But even so, the Ravens won. With the Bears plus 1.5, Caleb Williams looks horrible. And I mean horrible. I don't know what the hell they're doing. You can say, well, he passed for this many yards. Dude, it is like you cannot with a good conscience say that he looked good yesterday for anyone who's trying to cape up for him. And then Titans minus 2.5. Last time we're betting on them. Steelers minus 2.5. That was a dub. Love to see that. Broncos plus 6.5. Outright dub. Double-digit win over the Bucs. You love to see that. And then, man, it just so much bullshit yesterday. I mean, it was annoying as hell. Over 51.5 to Detroit and Arizona. They scored 30 points in the first half and scored 3 in the second half. It was a sad field goal at the end. I don't know how these offenses just turn off like a freaking faucet like that. Saints minus 2.5. I mean, if at the end of 3rd and 16, they throw a 2-yard pass to Dallas Goedert, he takes 55 yards because the Saints defenders can't not just run into each other. It's insane. If they don't run into each other, it's an 8-yard gain. 4th and 8, I feel good about our chances because Jalen Hurts looked really bad that entire game. And they honestly got lucky as shit. And I mean lucky as shit. And then the 49ers minus 6.5, unacceptable. Just unacceptable play by them. It was not the refs' fault at all. They look like garbage. They literally, up by 10 with 7 minutes left, you've got to cover that spread. And honestly, I'm happy they lost. That was a complete and utter hatchet job. Terrible, and the Niners should be ashamed of themselves. They were absolutely horrible yesterday. And speaking of horrible, we have not been good so far this NFL season. The good thing is, like I said, my track record is we win 61% of our plays. We win 68.9% of our members-only best bets. That's what we fucking do. And the fact is, it hasn't happened yet. But the thing is that's what's going to happen because the averages always average out, especially with us, because you can look at every single sport that we bet and we win every single fucking time. And I'm annoyed with the NFL so far. I'm not annoyed because of the money, for the record, just for y'all here. The money doesn't matter to me. I bet big, by the way, like big. But I could light that money on fire, nothing will change, like in my life. Like, I light the money yesterday. We got an 0-10, nothing would have changed. What I'm pissed about is fucking losing. And I'm pissed about the fact that the people who follow me lost off of a bunch of bullshit yesterday. So that's why I'm annoyed. But the good thing is that when you have to have emotional control in this business where you're not like just chasing bets, which we did not do, thank God. But when it comes to research, usually when I get really pissed off like this, like I think more clearly. And the thing is, I'm more pissed off for greatness than I am pissed off or like moping about yesterday. But like I said, the money, I could light that shit on fire. Nothing changes in my life, and I mean nothing. But the fact is, though, is that the people who follow me, the people who are members, the people who trust me, and honestly, I just like winning. When those people get screwed because of bullshit calls and incompetent quarterback play, Brock Purdy, and Caleb Williams, it pisses me off because if a couple things go our direction, we can be 7-3, 8-2. But I'm not like, again, for me, it's not about really complaining. It's more so just I'm pissed off because the people who follow me had lost a little bit of money. But guess what? At the end of the day, when the Super Bowl comes around, you're going to see this record be 60%. That's what's going to happen. You're going to see our best bets be at 68%. That's what's going to happen. And we have a full slate of Monday Night Football today. We have 2 games, which I love, by the way. People complain about the 2 Monday Night Football thing. I don't get that at all. I think this is great that we have 2 games basically simultaneously, so you always have a good game to watch, which is great. But we have 6 plays for you guys here on YouTube. We also have 2 members only best bets, along with an MLB best bet. We did go 3-0 in the MLB yesterday, which saved us a lot yesterday as well. But you can get all those members only best bets, zdmbets.com/picks, website in the comments below. But if you're new to the channel and you like to fade or you like to follow, you become a member. You can subscribe to the channel, hit the like button so we get this video out to more people. We're looking to hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so I'm excited to have y'all here. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money because those averages are about to average out here. So I'm gonna get started with our plays today. We got 6 plays for you guys here today. I got 2 sides sides. I got one side, one total, 4 props. I love the plays today. They've been locked in. They're ready to roll. First off, Redskins plus 7.5 versus the Bengals is my first play. Now you may be like, well, Zach, you're a Redskins football team Commanders fan. Of course you're gonna pick them, dude. It's not about. Take the name off of the team. Okay. The fact is that this game is going to be a close game. The Bengals are not blowing anybody out. The problem is that the Bengals' main deficiency defensively is being able to stop the run. They have problems with that. The Redskins are, I think, the number 3 rushing team in the NFL, and so far this year. Third in the NFL, third in rushing yards. They're averaging 176.5 rush yards per game, which is obviously a massive dub when it comes to the running attack. And the Bengals have a serious problem stopping it. On top of that, the Bengals, you're getting back T. Higgins. But the problem is that even though we were getting him back, the Bengals are getting him back, excuse me, the fact is that he hasn't played all camp because he's been holding out for a new contract. And he got hurt. And they don't really have a third wide receiver. Mike Gesicki's pretty good, the tight end that they have. Burrow's looked okay. Jamar Chase has been pretty good, but they haven't really thrown the ball very much. And Jaden and Brian Robinson are able to run it down their throat. I think this is a really, really tight game. Now, the thing is, though, is that the Redskins' pass defense is a bit trash, and they got T. Higgins back. But again, we've had a long week to prepare. And on top of that, again, how good is T. Higgins going to be? We know Jamar Chase is going to be good. Joe Burrow looked pretty good against Chiefs, but he owns the Chiefs. I think this is a really tight game. I think this game is a 3-point game, maybe a 4-point game, either way. I think the Bengals will win it because they are 0-2, but I do believe that this game is going to be within that 7.5 number. Plus, this number started at 9. It's already gone down to 7.5. I wouldn't be surprised by around game time. This is down to 6.5. There's a lot of reverse line movement on this game. Give me the Skins plus 7.5 versus the Bengals here today. Next, we'll go with Brian Robinson over 53.5 rush yards. Just like I explained a minute ago, the Redskins run the ball a ton. It's 176 rushing yards a game. The Bengals have the worst, well, not the worst, the third worst, the second worst, rush yards against per game. They're giving up 159 yards a game, and they also have a very good pass rush with Hendrickson and Hubbard. So they're gonna run the shit out of the ball with Brian Robinson, and his number is really, really low. 53.5 is a low number. I think they run this ball a ton with him, especially early in the game. Brian Robinson 53.5 rush yards. Then I'm going with Jamar Chase. Like I said a minute ago, the Redskins' pass defense is terrible. We don't have any corners. We don't have any good safeties. We don't have anyone that's good when it comes to the defensive side of the ball and when it comes to at least the secondary. And they're going to throw the ball all over. And I mean all over them. Now, we have a good interior line. Payne and Allen are great, but we don't really have great DNs. Linebackers are pretty good, so they're going to be focused more on the rush. I think they throw the ball to Jamar Chase. I think Jamar Chase gets 10 catches, goes for 120 yards. Now, I could see something with the effect of where he gets 5 catches, but he gets 95 yards because the Redskins can't tackle anybody. Plus, Jamar Chase is a really good yak receiver. So I like the over 80.5 receiving yards there. Next, go the under 46.5 in Buffalo and Jacksonville. Both these teams have really solid defenses. The sharp money's all over the under here today. And on top of that, both offenses have glaring weaknesses passing the ball. In all seriousness, Trevor hasn't looked great. And Josh Allen and the Bills haven't really needed to score a ton, especially against Miami. They did against Arizona. But the fact is that these defenses are better than people think as well. I think Jacksonville's really solid defensively. They were able to hold Miami with a healthy Miami team to 20 points. Buffalo has been able to. Arizona is just a really good offense, and they snuck up on some people. But the fact is, I think these defenses are going to be really good today. I think they have an extra day to prepare. And the defenses right now are obviously ahead of the offenses. So give me the under 46.5 Buffalo and Jacksonville. Then we're going with Christian Kirk over 42.5 receiving yards. Dude's a speed demon, and Buffalo is not a great pass defense right now. As of right now, the Buffalo pass yards per game, they're letting up 179 passing yards a game, but that's heavily skewed because of what happened with Miami and they terrorized Tua, and they obviously knocked him out of the game. Funny that DeMar Hamlin was the one who did it, but even so, if that game is not adjusted, because Arizona, they were able to do what they wanted to in the air against the Bills, and Christian Kirk is a speed demon. He's also he's only against the second corner of the Bills. And the fact is that when you look at this Bills team, I would take the second corner I would take the Christian Kirk over the second corner. Plus, Trevor's going to play well today. I like the over 42.5 receiving yards for Christian Kirk. I think it's a really big reception. I don't know about his reception number, but I do like him going over yards. And then we got James Cook over 61.5 rush yards. The Jags' rush defense is not good whatsoever. And I mean not good at all. They're letting up 127 yards per game. They're letting up. Excuse me, my bad. They're letting up 103 rush yards per game, which is ninth, which is actually pretty solid as far as their defense goes. But the thing is that I just believe that the Bills are going to be ahead in this game for a while. I think they're trying to ice the clock down. And the thing is that the Bills offensively, they've got good receivers, but they're not like big play guys. And every time they've played well, James Cook has touched the ball a million times. I really like James Cook over 60. I think it's 61.5. 60. Let's look real quick. 61.5 rush yards. I like them to be able to do this, and they're going to be running the ball a ton. And the Jags have let up a lot on the pass game. But the thing is that I think they're going to be more focused on that. Plus, Josh Allen, he's not stretching the field with these guys, so I think they're going to be running the ball a ton. Give me James Cook over 61.5 rush yards. Now, like I said, guys, would you have 3 members only best bets today? 1 in the MLB. We have 3 on sweep yesterday, 2 in the NFL. You get all our members only best bets, zdmbets.com/picks. The website is linked in the comments below. But so guys, go lock in those picks. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. I'll see you all tomorrow.